Yes,
Yo,
sir. What's up, brother?
Welcome to the Mark Our Words podcast, the official podcast of YouTube. What's good with you, Ken?
Yo, I want to be the cool guy, man.
You want to be the cool guy?
Yeah.
How are you the cool guy this episode?
I was supposed to do the last episode, but
Okay. What's going on here? Can you see?
I'm wearing this for the rest of the episode, man.
You look blind.
Yo. Hey, this is video where this guy is playing Stevie Wonder.
Oh, man.
And I forgot how the lyrics go, but one of the lyrics is "look," like it's like "look and see," and the guy started laughing at Stevie Wonder, and Stevie Wonder did this and started singing again.
You already know I don't believe you blind, but that's just me. That just me. What's going on with you, man? What's new with you, man? How is you? How is everybody that is in your village and things like that? You know, your friends, your confidants, your coworkers, things of that nature.
I heard cocky bonds. I'm
No,
like, wait,
I
what are you doing?
No,
What are you talking about?
No, I said confidants and things like that. You know, your mentor, your mentees, and things of that nature. Your whole village that you have built for yourself.
Hey, yo, shout out to my mentee. My mentor, definitely shout out to my mentor, but shout out to my mentee, man.
Shout out to your mentee. Go ahead.
He hasn't answered one of my emails in the last 5 months, man. I don't know what's going on with him. That man started canceling our meetings. I was like, hey, so you still alive?
I'm thinking you actually gonna give us some props or something like that. You're like, yo.
Nah, that man just cut me off. But yeah, hey, man, a piece of my own medicine, right?
Mm-hmm. Hey.
So,
other than that, what's on your mind for this episode?
How you doing, man?
Oh yeah, let's talk about me. I'm married. That's basically the new thing.
This man became Chance the Rapper, man.
Hey man, I love my wife.
Every episode, yeah,
I love my wife.
Marriage, man. This man been like this the whole episode, just
the whole day. Listen, look, man. I'm trying to be, and you know that clip I sent you the other day. Actually, I sent it to you yesterday. I don't get this whole, I am not part of this whole clan of like, it's hard to love my girl. It's hard being committed to my girl. Give me some props because I'm not out here chasing these imaginary women that I think want me. I'm like, yo, I'm living good right now. I got a girl who asks me, hey, do you want me to make your plate for you? And I always say no because I never eat at the same time she eats. She eats pretty early compared to when I eat and things like that. I actually need to change that.
So you should let her make your plate.
But I don't be hungry. Like, she eating dinner at 5:30. I'm like, I'm not hungry at this time. I'm hungry around 8 though. By then she going to bed and things like that. So it's like, it's kind of weird when someone asks you to make your plate. Is it weird to say no? I don't want it now, but you can make it. You can make it.
Put away.
No, you can make it at 9.
I guess not.
To where like I kind of put it on a delay. Like, hey, I love the charitable thing you want to do for me at 5:15 in the afternoon, but can you do that for me at 8:15 that evening? Or basically, I have to jump on the moment right there whenever he has to make your plate.
This man be tapping his wife's forehead, talking about snooze, snooze.
I don't need this right now.
I don't need this right now. Snooze. Like, I don't think it would.
Yeah,
I think it's.
I don't do it though. Usually, if I don't want it right there in that moment, I miss out and I just go make my own plate. But I don't like one thing. I don't like.
What's up?
Which you probably gonna learn about this on the podcast. I take the food out before I actually use it. Like for example, if there's food in the fridge, I don't take it immediately from the fridge and put it straight into the microwave. Okay. I let it get room temperature first, and then I'll put it in the microwave.
Okay.
So she will go in the kitchen and put my food back in the fridge.
She probably thought you forgot it.
She's like, you're not using it. I said, I'm waiting for it to get room temperature. Like, I want the rice to be room temperature. Because what's going to happen is, if it's too cold, you put it in the microwave, then part of your food will be cold and part of it's going to be warm.
That's fair.
So I'm like, I wanted to get room temperature. But, we should go learn each other the older we get. The longer we stay together. Hopefully we stay together long.
Well, just don't sign any papers.
What do you mean?
If she wants a divorce, be like,
no,
you're not signing it.
No, okay. I don't think that's how it works, but I feel you.
Hey, man, I'm running. I don't know that guy. What's that guy doing? He got papers in his hands?
So what is on your agenda today? I think you have like 3 topics. I don't know which one you gonna hit me with right now.
Let's talk about boundaries.
Ooh, I like these type of topics. Boundaries.
When do you stop helping people?
Oh, whoa. Yo, not a helper.
I didn't say wait what.
Yo, not a helper. That's crazy.
Wait. I asked you a question. This man see the glasses and think I'm Hollywood.
When do you stop helping people?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. I think it's in my character to be loyal to people, even to the end, to my detriment. Sometimes, sometimes I am the go down with the ship guy.
Even though it's not your ship.
That's facts. That's facts.
The other guy left. It was like, wait, I'm not a captain.
Yeah, even when it's not my ship, I'm like the go down with the ship guy.
Okay.
Even when it's not my ship, you're right. I guess the right answer, or the answer that I want to believe, that I believe, but I don't know if I really live out this advice. I stop helping people when they stop helping themselves in some way, or they show ways of not helping themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man, because usually I only help people that I like truly love. So it's like, the way I view it, I'm like, I'm gonna keep helping you and trying to help you to get you this, to basically get that motor starting or something like that. What's on your mind with that question?
No, this is something that I've been thinking about a lot.
Oh boy, who are you about to cut off?
Oh, I ain't cutting nobody.
Oh, okay.
I don't think there's anybody in my life right now that's like draining or whatnot. But yeah, it is a question that I've been meaning to ask myself, or I've been asking myself as of lately. Especially as I get closer with my walk with God. Or
Okay.
guy,
I didn't mean to laugh.
this guy hates Jesus.
I'm just saying, like, we trained big Christians all our life.
But I get closer. I'm just
How much closer than close is it? You know, close is closer. You know what I mean?
it's an everyday process.
But I respect your closeness to
Thank you.
to the Most High God.
Man,
Okay.
you laughing at our relationship, man.
Okay.
Handle that, man. No. But yeah, and so one of the, I guess, pillars of Christianity is like love your neighbor, like you love yourself.
Jesus said that's like one of the most important commandments. They try to trick him.
Yeah,
They say, hey, out of these commandments, which one's the most important ones? He was like, hey, if you won't play that game, love the Lord God with all your heart, and number 2, love thy neighbor as you love yourself. It's always love. You're right.
and then he goes on to some guy asks him like, who's your neighbor, and
It's always somebody. It's always that guy.
like, who's your neighbor? That's me. You get into details. And then he goes on to talk about the Good Samaritan, the guy that sees this I guess beat up Jewish man on the road, and he's a Samaritan, and he stops by, he helps the guy, and after the priest, the rabbi, everybody walked by him, it was this Good Samaritan who helped him, and Jesus goes on to say, and asks the guy who asked the question, like, which one of those was his neighbor? It was just some guy that just stopped and helped him out, even though they weren't, and their people don't really like each other. And so I'm like, if that's the person I'm supposed to be, the person that turned the other cheek, the person that God, the Bible also says something about if they steal from you, or they take your coat, give them another thing to stay warm. If they steal from you, give them more money. And I'm like, bro, I don't know if I'm there.
Yeah.
But that's something that I've been thinking about more. But then on the other hand, people say that's not healthy. Like, to give so much of you that you kind of hurts you more, and then you're also enabling that behavior in that other person. So I'm like, what's that balance? Like, or what's the right way to live? And so I've been just thinking about that more and more. Like is it to be a tool for people to find themselves, but not be the driver or the catalyst to bring them to safety. Like I can't say for you to you like, hey, you need to do this. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to be.
Why not?
Because
especially if you're helping me.
I mean, if you want help, yeah, I could be that person, but I'm a tool at that point versus the person that's directing you.
Well, it depends. I think if I don't think you're using these scenarios as the example to boundaries and stuff. You just gave an example of, like these things are one-offs and things like that when it comes to the rabbi and the Good Samaritan and things like that. To me, that's more of being a Good Samaritan more than actually having a boundary of you've been helping and then you're actually cutting the vow off.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? The way I view it is, I think everybody fear of being taken advantage of. And that plays a big part in how much somebody is willing to give. It doesn't so much play a part in giving. It's just how much somebody's willing to give. So, like, for example, Chin, I fell on hard times. Chin, can you pay my, let's say my mortgage is, Chin, I need $1,200 from you for, like, my mortgage. Can you help me out this one time? Right? And you say, well, I'm not gonna answer for you. I say, Chin, can you help me? And your answer would be what?
Sure.
Like, Chin, just this one time. Next month come, I'll be like, man, I thought I had the money this time.
You lied to me. You did.
How am I a liar now?
You say just this one time. Oh, you saying that you thought you had the money to pay me back?
Yeah, I thought I would have it, but like I don't have it.
Oh, yeah, you good.
I need like another $1,200 for like.
Well, then now you lied to me. You said just this one time. Now you're asking for the second time.
I know. I said I'm a liar, but I really need help. You helping me the second time?
No.
Why? Because
you lied. You should have never said. Like I believe you. I mean, if you taking something from me, I'm gonna believe everything you say. If it's not has nothing to do with me, then I don't care if you lied to me. But now you talk about like, because what happened next month, and then next month.
I thought I have it, but that's the whole point. Now I'm taking advantage. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I'm saying, even though we're friends and basically brothers from like another mother, basically.
Oh, this is you.
This is me.
Okay. Well, you got more stock. Like you not.
Listen here. I know I have more stock inside.
But you won't say that. I'm like, why you say one time?
But I'm
like,
telling you,
have a conversation.
But
I'm like, why you say one time? Like what's going on?
Like I'm like
I give it to you, but I'm like, bro, like
my whole point. At what point? Because I think it's easier to be like, okay, when it comes to strangers, I'm going to help the strangers. Which that story about Jesus and the Good Samaritan is a great story. It's one of the.
You think so?
I think it's an amazing story.
No, you think it's easier to help a stranger than?
Let me finish, right?
Okay.
The reason why I think when it comes to helping a stranger, I think it's easy to help them one time, and if they come back again, you'd be like, nah, like, because there's no attachment to it. It's like, no, I already helped you. I already filled up my help meter. But if it's me, that's why I say if it's me, and I keep coming to you asking for $1,200 a month.
Yeah.
What is your boundary? That's when your real boundary got to actually come up. And when do you stop helping people? Because when it comes to helping a stranger, you probably never think you're going to see that stranger again. You probably be like, it's cool. You can't take advantage of me because I can see you this one time. It is what it is. But when it comes to someone's close to you, how do you handle that compared to a stranger? I actually think it's harder to handle your boundaries with helping folks, the people that you know in your family or friends of that nature, compared to a one-off with the Good Samaritan story that you gave. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I said with me, you said eventually you will have a conversation with me.
Yeah.
Because
now I'm worried. Like
you're worried, but also at the same time, the underlying thing is you're not gonna keep giving me $1,200.
Yeah, eventually. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, what has to happen to you to make you be like, this is my boundary? No. For some people, like for example, I straight tell on my wife, right? She don't give people money. That is her boundary right there. When it comes to helping folks, I will buy you groceries. I will pay a bill. You get what I'm saying? But when it comes to giving like liquid cash, I don't give money. That's her boundary to basically protect herself. So when it comes to when you speak of like when do you stop helping people, I think for me, I have to see some type of evidence that you at least trying to do something. And if I don't see it, then I'm like, this is not my situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you the money. It's not my situation. I do believe in helping folks, especially helping family. But I think it's very different. Especially even as someone, even with your background and your family. I think you shared a story on this podcast about how people that came from Nigeria and they lived and they boarded with each other and things like that while they got on each other's feet. It's just something about, hey, we're going to help each other that you may not see as strict boundary because they kind of know the not dangers of a new country, but the hardships of it. You get what I'm saying? So I think with family and friends and people that you really know that you encounter every day, it's going to be harder to actually uphold that boundary. I don't know.
There's a video I remember watching where a lady said, it's better to tell people your triggers before you get triggered. Because once you get triggered, it's hard to,
It's hard for me to see the person.
It's hard to me. It's hard for me to for that other person to accept that trigger. For example, let's say a trigger of mine is like, hey, don't, I don't know. When you raise your voice, like it makes me angry to the point where I want to,
You want to swing on me?
No, not swing. But like I start, shut it down. And then, but if I tell you that in the moment, like you're yelling at me, I'm like, hey, when you yell at me,
I'm not gonna hear it.
Yeah, you're gonna I'm not even yelling. Relax. You're yelling.
Yeah.
Versus like, hey, just one thing about me, when people raise their voice, blah blah blah. While we're calm, like when people raise their voice about while I'm there, you're gonna be more cognizant of your voice, especially when you're angry, when you're around that person. Especially if they say it's very serious, it's something that I'm dealing with, blah blah blah. It's not really your fault, it's just something that. And I think the same thing with boundaries, right? If you're able to tell somebody your boundary, like for example, let's say you come to me and say, "Hey, can I borrow $1,200?" I could be like, okay, I can give this to you, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I might not be able to do this next month. Like I know you're saying this is the only time you'll be able to do this. You're gonna ask, but I'm gonna be honest, like I can't do this next month. As long as you're cool with that, like I have no problem giving you the money. Don't worry about paying me back. If you do pay me back, cool. It is what it is. I think you would have a better understanding. I think both of us would have a better understanding. I know where I was at, where I draw the line, and you knew where I drew the line. So when you come back to me next time, like, bro, I can't do it. I think on both sides it'd be like that makes sense. Versus like you come back, you're like maybe you say yes, maybe you say no, and then if I say no, it's like, was I a bad guy? Was I a bad friend? You never really helped me out. So I think that. If you address your boundaries beforehand, I think that might ease a lot of the awkwardness in the situation.
Do you think people know their boundaries? Or
that's good. That's a really good question.
We all find it out at the same time.
Yeah, that's a really good question.
You know what? I don't like getting yelled at. Now we all yelling at us.
Some people like, hey, anything you need.
Careful.
People start asking. It's like, damn, that's a lot. That's a lot. I didn't know you needed that much.
I think I know some of my boundaries, but I think the older I get, I'm gonna have some new boundaries because I have.
My wife.
Yeah, exactly. So, like for example, when I was when I was boyfriend, guess what? If any of y'all needed to crash on my couch, y'all could have crashed on my couch. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As husband, y'all cannot crash on my couch. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. I have to be the last resort.
Yeah. Not
like a resort. You know how some people try to be a resort to protect their pride, protect their embarrassment. No, I'm going to be under the bridge near Camden Yards. If I'm not on your couch, then I'll be like, all right, you on my couch. But the minute I find out that you could have asked your cousin, I would be like, bro, say, come on, stop it. You know I'm a husband. You know there's a boundary. How do you decipher boundaries when it comes to gender? Do you find yourself more harder on guys than you find on women? Because I probably find myself more harder on guys. I ain't gonna hold you, guys be the one that be asking outside of women compared to. I have some women that may ask.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't really have a lot.
I have like guys that probably ask for something.
Yeah,
and I think there's an expectation when it comes to men quote unquote have it all together, that kind of goes into like, that's how toxic traits end up being developed, because you end up thinking you have it all together, you end up faking you have it all together, and then you end up don't having it together. That's how you end up not talking about what you're going through
until it's too late.
It's just a whole down.
I need like 50K, bro.
I'd be like, me too. I'm trying to buy a house myself.
You just do streaming, bro.
I'm about to say.
Going streaming.
I heard Kai made $50,000 a day doing the jail shit. No, I don't know how fair it is, but like, I think everybody know their boundaries until like something new happens. Until you introduce something new to me, I'm like, oh whoa, I ain't like that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then how do you act when that boundary is not respected? You get what I'm saying? That's very different, because if we are both calm and things of that nature and we're talking about it, then that's one thing.
Yeah.
But once we both find out that I don't like this, that you don't like this, and that we're in the middle of a heated battle, I think it just all has to do with maturity. I don't know. But when it comes to helping folks, I don't know, man. I'm usually the last one off the ship. I'm usually the last one to... I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul. You get what I'm saying? Even if I ain't got it, I'm gonna try to help you to see who got it. You get what I'm saying? Like, it just, I don't know what it is. And many times than not, I can say selfishly it's to be viewed as a great friend, but also like I also don't want to see anybody that I don't want nobody to come to me and like leave with nothing. That's kind of crazy to me. Like you came to me because you believed that I had an answer, or like I had a way for you to get what you need. And how I'm viewed is important to me. You get what I'm saying? So if you come to me with something and I can't help you, or I can't point you to someone that can help you, that does help. That does make me feel less valuable to me and how I stand in my friendships and things like that.
No, that's good. I mean, I don't know if I have that same thing. And maybe that's why it's easier for me to jump ship. Because I
say that with shades is crazy.
It is what it is. I think it's easier for me to jump ship because I don't really care how you view me. I think at the end of the day, it's like, oh, this is a wild ass. Like, I'll be you crazy. Like, I think the only thing, and this is probably bad, but is because of me being a Christian, and not because of me being a Christian, but I think I'm gonna get a little, not too preachy, but enough preachy.
Okay.
I think a lot of people are given certain things and they think it's because of them. When most of the time, and we kind of talked about this, about how society, has failed a lot of kids, which turn out to be criminals. But I think also, some people will call it luck. I call it God has blessed a lot of people, and I think a lot of times people mistakenly think it's because of them and their hard work and what they done
and their merit.
And which is like you don't know why you that focused. Maybe you had the time and space to develop that discipline. Maybe you had a mentor that developed that discipline for you. You might have been able to grow up in a household where whether it was poor or rich, that motivated you to be in the. You don't know why you're the person you are. I think a lot of times people think they're the person they are because of that, and why you're in the situation you're in, right? And so with me having that mentality, like I'm not. Most of the things that I've done in my life ain't really because of me. It's really because of God, right? And if somebody's coming to me, and I have an abundance of something to give them, then why would God give me this if not to help these people? And you always say God uses people. And so it's like I would feel wrong if I had it and I didn't give it, especially if God has given me so much. And also going back to one of the parables, I remember the Bible saying how like God gave this person 10 coins, this person 5 coins, and this one person 1 coin. And a lot of times you might feel like you don't have enough to give. And because you don't have enough to give, you might just hide it and just keep it and be like, hey, this is all I have. Versus like, hey, I'm going to put this. And, in that parable is more about investing.
Yeah.
but we're in the business of people, what Christians love to say. So how are you investing in people? How are you investing to make sure their walk with God or their life is good or their happiness is maintained? How you do? What are you doing to do that? And I think that's where I come into play. But at the end of the day, I always say I don't save people, man. God does, man.
That is my favorite. Listen here, man. That's my favorite eject button right there.
So I can't save them. I could be a tool to help you.
I feel amazing when I tell people no sometimes. I'll be like, because I'm gonna lose my house. I'll be like, man,
I can't save you, bro.
Did you pray?
But if you need $1,000 for a GoFundMe, I can give you the $1,000, but I can't give you the $100K.
No, okay. Now listen, there is something in the Bible, since this is becoming a Christian episode. Shout out to Kelly Stairs. Kelly Stairs got a whole Christian channel now. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Gideon.
It's not Gideon. It's Gideon now. Shout out to these YouTubers and stuff like that. But there is a parable to where, if a guy asks for a meal, I'm just gonna paraphrase.
Yeah.
And you have the ability to give him a meal, but you say, "I'm gonna pray for you."
Yeah.
The Bible actually call you wicked.
Yeah, that's his favorite. That's his favorite verse in the Bible, man.
I always say that. I'll be like, "Hey, listen." So
faith without action.
So it's like there is things in the Bible that Jesus do press on. Like, listen, if you do have the means, don't try to relieve on prayer, or saying God will help you.
Yeah.
If you see your brother or your sister cold and you have a jacket, to say, "I pray that you get warm," God would say, "You are wicked." You know what I'm saying? Even if you say, "In Jesus' name we pray," give him a coat. So I don't know. I think Christianity did make my borders and my boundaries with helping people definitely much lighter. But like that fear of being taken advantage of is still there. And I don't even know what taking advantage of for me looks like. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what it looks like for other people, and you try to lease their experiences on you. Like, oh man, no. The reason why I don't do this for you is because that time when I got burnt back in '83. But I wasn't even born in '83. Like that had nothing to do with me. And usually, whenever I give money to this type of people, it's like I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't want to lease somebody's experience. There's no one who I've given money to who haven't paid me back. So the whole thing of giving money, I don't feel the same way as my wife does, because I don't have that experience of giving money and people not giving it back. Some as low as $5. You get what I'm saying? The
Bible does say, "Don't give money you don't have, or don't give money expecting it back."
I don't expect it back, but I've been blessed.
But you've been blessed to get
it back every time. You get what I'm saying? So like I can't. I don't want to borrow anybody's experiences when it comes to boundaries.
Yeah.
How do boundaries look like in relationships when it comes to like helping? Like I feel like with me, if I'm in a relationship with my girl at that time, I'm probably willing to go far, way further than probably the normal person.
What do you mean?
Like I have boundaries, but not when it comes to like helping though. Like helping is such a good quality to have, especially like in a relationship and things like that, because like things supposed to be like a partnership. So it's like we're helping each other. But like other boundaries and things like that, like my girl thinks I'm not a morning person. So she don't talk to me in the morning. It's not that I'm not a morning person. I just never wake up in the morning. You get what I'm saying? Because I go to bed so late. So
okay, I get what you mean.
Yeah,
it was going to be difficult, but I get what you mean.
I mean, I know, but I'm just saying, you are definitely that guy that be like, "Whoa, Jesus,
what's a good neighbor?"
No, so it's certain boundaries. I think you just change within relationships and things like that. Yeah. At least with my lady, to where and even with my group of friends, to where there is a little bit of favoritism, I would say. And that's basically, I think, what the parable was that he was trying to explain. That the rabbi, these people that whole quote unquote job is to help folks. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And granted, we call this guy the Good Samaritan, but we don't know what he looked like. We don't know what he was into. He probably was quote unquote probably he probably was a leopard for all we know. Who knows? You know, because back in that day, if you had leprosy, you was discarded, thrown out of the city and things like that. Mm-hmm. But they call him the Good Samaritan, but we don't know what was his true status or who he was. So I try not to play favoritism. I try to keep everybody on a playing field and things like that. Of course, with my wife, I'm going to, I'm going to help whatever I can with her because that affects me directly. But I try to keep everybody on, hey, you can't stay at my house.
You're a good man.
Like, do you have favorites?
Definitely have favorites. You see, I switch up when I was like, oh, we talking about you.
Oh, okay.
We just talk about like an average friend. And I was like, yeah, no, I think you made some great points. I do want to pose this question.
Go ahead.
Or maybe a hypothetical. If let's say there's a group of friends, or let's use us.
Okay, it's us. I ain't got my earrings.
You know, our guys mind use their names on the podcast.
You can use their names. It doesn't matter.
I guess we go edit it out.
It's one thing if we had like 10,000 to 50,000 subscribers.
You're right. So yeah, let's say it was you, Tony, Garvin, Donnell. I start passing out cash.
Shout out to them.
I give Donnell like 100, Tony 100,
mm-hmm.
Garvin maybe 200, and then you 50.
Damn, you gave me 50?
Are you feeling some type of way?
Yeah.
and so okay, I think most people would, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let's say I ain't tell you what I gave them. I just gave you 50. Are you feeling some type of way?
I wouldn't know.
But how would you feel?
I'd be like, thank you for the 50.
And so you'd probably be happy, like, damn, like,
yeah. Compared to if I knew, I'm like, how well do you think I'm doing that? Like, I could use $100 or $200.
And so
I'm like, I can show you. I Ubered here.
And the thing is, I think a lot of times when we look at blessings, and I'm gonna bring this back, but
mm-hmm.
I think a lot of times when we look at blessings, we usually like compare it to a situation that could have been better,
mm-hmm.
versus like, oh, this is a good situation. I think that's everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing like a thought experiment with myself because I'll be thinking too much.
Yeah.
About what happens if I was rich, right? Living life. I had a good sense of how much money I had and making, and I looked at my bank. I still had like a good amount.
Mm-hmm.
I'm paid. My house is paid for. My school funds are paid for.
Mm-hmm.
My wife is happy. Everybody's good.
Yeah.
And people who I take care of are good. But then I found out my accountant stole millions from me.
That's crazy. You going to jail?
Yeah, definitely going to jail. Will I be mad? Will I be angry? Will I be feeling like I got taken advantage of? Or will I just fire him, but wishing the best? Like, hey man, I think you need help. This, that, and third. But I'm not angry at you. Like, like how will I deal with that situation? I mean, how I would want to deal with the situation is just I would fire him.
And just wishing the best.
Still, even if he was still my friend, still be a friend to him, right? If he need money, I still got him. Like, hey man, I'm gonna have to call the authorities. I'm here for you. I'm gonna write to you when you go to jail.
I'm not.
Like, how will I deal with that situation? Cause at the end of the day, I'm so happy. And
even after they stole millions of dollars, even though you're still well off, but they still.
But even when he stole it, I was still happy. Like nothing really, like my life was still good, and the only reason I would be angry is because I would make more money that I didn't really need.
So it kind of seemed greedy.
Yeah. So like, why would I be angry? And so I think when we talk about boundaries and even to a certain degree forgiveness. I think a lot of times it's because of, like you said, taking advantage of. But a lot of times taking advantage of is only it's really not real. Because it's like, if you ask me for $1,200 1 month, and I give it to you, didn't really affect me, and you ask me again, I give it to you, doesn't really affect me, then why can't I give it to you for the third month and the fourth month and the fifth month? I mean, yes, maybe I could have done that with somebody else.
But you know how those people be like, you don't know what bills I got. You know what I'm saying? Because people.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
in my head,
why would you?
I'm like, Just say no.
Why would you? But if I could do it and it doesn't hurt me, why not do it until you get on your feet? And then, if I can't do it 1 month, I'm just like, I can't do it this month. I'm sorry. Like, I can't do it this month. People might get mad. But as long as you're okay and you're happy, then I think that's okay. I think the only time you it's like, man, what happens if I need to get this money to somebody else? All right, you deal with that when that happens.
Cross that bridge once you get there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we all need to do a little better in helping people. I think we are too self-involved generation. Like, we think too much of ourselves a lot. Even some of it's charity. And granted, money, we only use money as a unit because it's the easiest thing to measure.
Yeah.
But helping somebody, I help people move all the time. You get what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hold you. I don't think I'm doing that no more. Even for myself. You get what I'm saying? Hire movers.
Hire movers. My girlfriend hiring movers. That last time she moved, best decision.
Did they pack it up too, or like they carried it from inside out? Basically?
Well, we packed it up ourselves. And we moved, like, I was helping them move the smaller stuff, but like the bed, the mattress, the couches.
It's all them.
The things that, it'd be like, all right, move it this way, move it this way. And I'm the only guy helping them if they ain't hired movers. So I'm like, try to pick it up, and then they like, okay, will you put it down? I'm like, bro, you're never going to leave.
But you actually had movers this time to where the only thing you carry is a lamp.
It was so beautiful. Hire movers.
Hire movers.
If you don't have the money, call.
Don't call me.
Email them.
Because I think I get to Uber to get to you in the first place. So, If there's anything else on this help topic that you want to share that was on your heart, that you was reading your Bible is apparently in the boundary of helping people. Will you all? Do you want to be viewed as a helper? Basically, I
don't care.
Okay. This man, I don't really care about how I'm viewed and things like that.
Let me ask you this: Is it ever wrong to not help?
Give me a situation where I'm not helping.
Sorry. Is it ever okay to not help?
I think. Go ahead.
Actually, no. Let's ask the first question. Let's say I don't want help. Like, let's say you're not a Christian.
Well, trust me. There's times in my Christianity where I don't want to help either.
But let's say, is there ever, if I don't want to help you, do I have to help you?
It's not about that. It's about, can I change it a little bit? It's not that I don't want to help. It's just what you view as help is different than how I view as help. So, for example, I know this is the podcast, and I promise we go change one day. We give extreme examples. Let's say I'm on drugs, right? And I'm like, hey, bro, I need money.
I'm not giving.
You said I will check you into a rehab, but I'm like, I need the money now. So in your eyes, you may be helping in the overall picture, but in my eyes, I'm like, you're not helping me because I need something in the moment. So I think in that case, that's probably be more me. But to be like, no, I don't feel like helping. The only time I don't help is when I can't help.
But is somebody wrong for not helping?
No.
Like, is he a bad person if he doesn't help people?
No, I don't think so. I think we are bad people.
Okay.
No, I do. Listen here. Whenever somebody say, "Chris, you're a good person,"
I already know what he
I'll be like,
say.
"Only God is good." Listen, if Jesus said that, then who am I to say something different?
But okay, so but he's not worse than the average person.
Who?
The person that doesn't help.
No.
No,
it's just your choice. Yeah. It's just your choice. It's crazy though. Don't let nobody know that.
Yeah, don't let nobody.
Don't let nobody know.
I don't like helping people, so I don't.
That's crazy. Usually, like I don't like helping. That's crazy. Like I really never met a fully extreme pull yourself up by the bootstrap type of person.
Yeah, even those people be donating to donations and to charities.
They have their people that they give something to. But I'm talking about somebody that be like, oh no, I don't help nobody. I don't help nobody. I don't believe in help. If you're someone who don't believe in help, you sure can join the podcast and give us your mindset of how you operate life.
Oh yeah, that'd be lit.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be lit. We blur your face and everything.
We change your voice and everything.
We could put you in the back. So we have somebody here. You want to introduce yourself? Mr. 8034405.
Okay.
You can find me on TikTok.
You literally could. User.
User 156F.
Anything else?
No, that's it, man.
Man, y'all be good. Make sure y'all go help somebody today, man. Or not. I ain't gonna view you as a bad person. You know, only God is good.
I answer it. I would.
Okay.
I would.
Blessings.